I would like to talk about healers and shamans in situations we have because of spiritual control paradigms. You know, like just, you're just fumbling around and look into your chakra system, and there's this blockage and this color, there's the color, and then we change that all, and then we pull out the entities. Yeah, okay. And then I use my fucking angels and all assholes molesting you, and then you say, oh yeah, and beautiful, and then you're trapped in the system. And then I don't care if you don't feel good because you have to walk safe now. Instead of explaining you have to do all your shit yourself, this is what I can do, and that is happening, and I'm an asshole which will open gates to you that will make things happen in your life you don't will be aware of because you're a dumb slave anyways who doesn't know what I do and what I can, and you are not that sensitive and you are normal, and yeah, you know, want someone else to fix your problems, and so yeah, then I use you. Abuse of any kind, and well, it's a soul treatment. The soul wants to be sold to any asshole that doesn't know anything better than any human just because he's an asshole from outside and got any agenda and talk big shit with his big mouth. This is kind of business and healing business I see on every spectrum, whether it be the dentist who put your amalgam into your teeth, until your children cannot come along on their psyche anymore and die because of several diseases if you got mercury in your body. And I tell you, this dumb criminal, oh, this is a healer and this and that. Like I say to any doctor, if I don't know what he does and doesn't know what I need to understand about myself, if I have a question or a problem, it can be any criminal who say any dumb shit. And you don't get to respect your doctors for the shit you do, and you don't have to do that with a healer and your shaman, whether it be a virgin who got licenses. I read shit of shamans and heard telling things, other people die for. Because of disinformation, It's the same treatments with human life, like in off-split civilizations and slave market. There's no difference to me whatsoever. The asshole that's selling its clients like that, you gotta be treated like that. People need to talk to you, say fuck you. What you do, I don't respect that, because you don't know what you do, you don't know what you talk, you don't know that as a super soldier, you don't know that as a witch, as a healer, as a shaman, then you're a European family, tribe, whatever, out of an English school. Yeah, and all you do is selling your paper. And you mistreat the human individuals you are targeting as your client, as your mushrooms. Then I know what a coach is. And I did communicate with one guy who was explaining and describing with simple examples how the sociologic behavior of females in this Western world go. Yeah, and then I say, Scheiße, I don't want that. And then he say, yeah, but everybody wants it, this is the only way it goes. To reach a certain status of success and say, oh yeah, I'm this and that, and anybody gelling and celebrating you. I don't want that kind of shit, because this is the only thing that's happening in your healing scene, and it's happening with my daughter, it's happening with It happened with my parents, with my grandparents, and they all are disabled and sick, more than you're ever aware of. And they're just selling their programs of health versions and things like that on a free market, and you are not even aware that all this shit that is treated there can kill you because you don't take responsibility for yourself about your life, about your health, or whatever you're standing in front of, and you miseducate and mislead the next one to you the same ways and don't care about what in the end the consequences are for this human life. Yeah, why are you in this branch of even pronouncing to be anything about healing, and then do it worse than the most easiest and nice written German translated shamanic handbooks, and are in the SSP community and do just anything you can sell, to anything. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Nobody deciphering that you really need to be alone there. They warn you in front of these healers. Man, this is bullshit. These people make you sick because they stop you from being busy with yourself. Then you have invocations of any souls and angels and aliens in yourself. You're projecting just, if you don't understand the physics of anything, you may not accept what they tell you. Even if you are interested in something like that, you got to say no. I don't give you credit for anything, I just want to know what you say. And if you don't get that, you need to come in contact. And I came in contact to people who exactly know what they do and exactly know what I expect them to be because of my experience. And usually I don't like expectations, but I see this over and over again. And 15 years after I was more and more open because I got the material to work on, I would have done with this was age 4 or 6 or 9 or whatever, but there was no access to any information but mainstream science shit and museums and crap in my life, but sports and holiday and school and fanatic artists and witches and also this Reiki and all of that. These people killed all themselves. They didn't know what they do. The wealthy people who know how to eat, still they were not able to sustain themselves longer than their body kept it. Whatever the substance is, they need to live. They kill themselves, they lie to themselves, they lie to others, they sell themselves to any light beings, to any frequencies. This is a holographic universe, man. What is not light here? Even the people who gave you the licenses and the people who decide that your licenses got any credit in any country, you know what that people can do and who that can be. And all about this deep state shit and oh man, what is happening in every country? And then you don't come along in a shamanic healing society and so on, disinform the people direct in their face for publicity, for shit, for something people want to rely on. But you are no reliable people. You don't have to be shamans and witches and whatever. You don't have to be. It has to be taken away from you. You are not responsible trading with that. You you are not a servant. You just take the slaves who are too dumb and sell them to the next ET, to the next physical belief system, to the next physical paradigm of belief, to the next false way of attraction where the people are not themselves, their own soul essence, their own self. They are slaves of some asshole that talks shit. That is what you want, and you breed these people. You got sheep. You got sheep in your spiritual scene, and you are this and that, and you talk to this asshole and that asshole that tells you this crap and that crap, whether it be a spaceship in dimension 13 or anything. This is such as you just talk whatever you like, and that is not alright. And I don't know what the licenses mean. I don't know it with the next dentist here around the corner, and I don't know for I'm sure most of all doctors I've ever met in my life who are actively on the patient. And I'm absolutely, clear about that shit that you're selling. I know so many shamanic books that should never be on the market. I burned your books years ago because so much shit was written in there. So much shit that is making people weird. I don't want to give that book away anymore. Because, I even have very beautiful books that explain a lot of shit around this corner of this universe. And still there are witches and assholes inside who talk shit. People who left their address who talk shit on a completely different level, on their own. Making business on their own and being part of harvesting idiots who are listening and who are not sovereign soul essences. Just listening to any other and then, so. And not that I don't respect the situation and that I don't understand the situation, but I'm not the only one who's talking about that for many years. And I know when I don't fail when I try to talk to these shamans and these witches, and there is somehow da hast du was losgetreten. And in every country that is English speaking, German speaking, I've seen the same with Scandinavian people, and it's what it is. People are primitively bred. I don't care what you call that. But this is dumb school people who don't know about anything and do their job and their function and sell your life. It's no different than any criminal spiritual organization, as many thousand years it may ever exist, who just make you be slaves, farm you for food. Even you fret your asses yourself at McDonald's. And this is the same situation you have as exactly in the spiritual realms, and not as a Judge Cavasila, Stuart Swerdlow talk about that. I mean, Stuart Swerdlow is a shamanic professor, and there is a reason why he does its own perspective, his way, because this is the way you can understand that, and this is self-made work. But there are people out there who don't have an own work and don't have an own, but just enter the system of someone else, take it and misuse it against mankind and the planet and all of creation. And then they say, I have love and light and high frequencies and high qualities. Yeah, because they don't get what they are about now. Now they're the same slaves in the same system and the same body as the same human, and fuck up. They fuck up. They give away the responsibility. And if you fight for your gods and your assholes, well, yeah, but don't ask me about anything in your life, because I respect your religion and everything, but come, this is not a healer, this is not a shaman, this is propaganda, and this is exercise. And exercise I see the whole day myself, and I don't need to repeat what I have been exercised. This is nonsense. I got to do my life and experience my life and do something with it. And if I want to work in this field, then I don't buy the next license and say, you know, because you're the same oversoul you always have been. And if you are not even there to accept that, I don't know how you want to be anything but a student. Yeah. And selling people their lives.